I'd like to welcome you all to our third City Summit, which comes after a momentous year for Newport. I was proud to be at the opening of Friars Walk in November, where we saw our vision of a new shopping and leisure scheme become a reality thanks to the commitment, dedication and hard work of the Council and our partners. We believe Friars Walk would be the catalyst for the revitalisation of the city centre in Newport, and this is proven to be the case. Walk around the city centre today and you will see many key buildings that are being brought back into life thanks to the work being undertaken as part of the Welsh Government's Vibrant and Viable Places programme, turning them into homes, businesses and spaces. To date, we have secured £250 million of investment in the city, which has triggered a lot more private sector interest. We are successfully working with both the private and voluntary sector to make this transformation. More people will be living, working and visiting the city centre, but our work does not stop there, and already identifying the next properties and areas for attention and investment.
Creating a great place to live has to be a critical part of any successful regeneration. It's not just about houses, it's about lives, homes, communities. Newport City Council has been really successful in attracting some new funding to the city, and it's a funding stream called Vibrant and Viable Places. This was launched by the Welsh Government. It's £100 million worth of funding, and the aim of this funding was to target regeneration. It was one of only 3 councils that got the full allocation of that funding. A very compelling bid was made, and £50 million became available. It was the first scheme to be developed in Wales under the VVP banner. Housing is a fantastic vehicle to help with that agenda for skills, and 4 apprentices got a fantastic opportunity on this project to develop their skills and move towards their qualifications.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about regional growth, and specifically about the city deal. Newport as a city has got an absolutely critical role to play in improving the economy both of the city, of the region and of Wales. The Cardiff Capital Region City deal is a deal that is between the 10 local authorities, the UK government and the Welsh government. One is about infrastructure investment, but the second really critical part of the deal is about devolution of powers to the city region. It's likely that the deal will be based essentially around these following areas. So the headline of the deal will be the creation of an investment fund of £1.28 billion. I'm going to say that again, £1.28 billion over a 20-year period. That is huge opportunity and huge investment in the South East Wales economy. That investment fund will essentially then be focused on improving the connectivity within the region to ensure that actually we can transport people, we can transport supplies, we can ensure that there's a proper way of actually moving goods and people across the region. The rest of the deal, and these are things that we want to talk to business about, in particular other partners, is about focusing on, I say, improving connectivity, improving our skills. So one of the things that people say to me regularly is, we have the opportunities often within South East Wales. Do we have the skills that we need to really build a vibrant 21st century economy? The other critical thing around the deal is to create more effective and coordinated decision-making processes. But again, it's really central to ensure that as business, you know you've got a single point of contact to have conversations, that you know that as local government we will speak as a coordinated single voice. We will ensure that essentially we'll work together with UK government, with Welsh government, with all our partners across the region to ensure that the economy improves, the economy gets to the place where it needs to get to deliver the opportunities which we know that our communities deserve.
The most important thing about the Business Wales service is it's about support for all businesses through one single point of entry. And that's for all established businesses and also for those people who are seeking to start a business. There's a mixture of online and face-to-face support, workshops and individual advice, and lots of information and signposting to other private, public and third sector sources of support. So the word partnership comes in here significantly again. One of the features of the new service will be the closeness of working with private sector partners, recognising that any funded service can't do everything for all businesses all the time. And one of the key roles for Business Wales will be to help businesses to understand the wider marketplace of business support, whether that's funded or whether that is commercially available. And the whole purpose of the service is about linking business growth and business support to job creation and livelihoods.
The idea of the Academy, the impetus for the Academy, came out of the Newport work. Since that time, the three partners, Cardiff University, the Welsh Government and the Alacrity Foundation, have been working really hard to bring the sort of vision into reality. We are here to help to contribute to the regeneration of Newport and the wider city region. So in terms of what we set out to achieve with the Academy, so firstly, we want to significantly increase the number of software engineering graduates which are being produced. The second point there, since we've been doing this work, we've been talking to lots and lots of different companies, and it's become clear that the graduates that are being produced at the moment are excellent, and they're very bright, and they're great in lots of ways, but they're not quite what industry requires at the moment. And industry, companies are having to spend 18, sometimes 24 months training people up to make them work ready. And that's something that we really want to address, because that's obviously a significant investment, particularly for small businesses. We are trying to make these graduates as employable as possible. We have this emphasis on project-based or problem-based learning, where we use real-life industry projects as the basis for the learning. So we set out to establish a new degree, BSc, Applied Software Engineering. This is an industry-focused degree, so the content needs to keep up with what is current in industry, and that's where we really, really need people's help. So this is just a smattering of the companies that we've been working with. And you can see, we're right from the big global corporates and the Microsofts and the Oracles, right down to some of the startups that we've got there.
The companies on this slide are relatively new to the city, but surely they all represent things that we should be excited about, that offer the prospect of growth, wealth creation, employment and long-term sustainability for Newport's current and future citizens. Admiral has established in the heart of the city, not just offering contact centre opportunities, but skilled jobs in the financial and technology sectors. Airbus has some of its most important functions underpinning its work in all sectors worldwide, based out of its offices at Celtic Springs. Friars Walk offers a step into the modern shopping environment and has transformed the heart of the city centre. The Celtic Manor continues to expand, recently purchasing the Hilton Hotel and with the imminent commencement of the new 4,500 seat conference centre. And the National Software Academy is a first. And just from my small involvement with them, I've seen some extraordinary things that they're achieving and how excited businesses are to be able to engage with them and that they are in Newport. And last but by no means least, Tiny Rebel and the Urban Tap House brand. How many startups have we seen in Newport that are trading at levels they predicted in year 5 in year 1, have won a national award for their product in their second year of trading? South East Wales and the Great Western Cities region are undergoing massive change with some game-changing developments on our doorstep, which include the Celtic Manor Convention Centre, the Circuit of Wales, a world-class development built to Formula 1 standard, including 8 race or test tracks, a requirement for supporting infrastructure around it in world-leading automotive technologies and research, and a facility capable of hosting stadium-sized concerts, all on our doorstep. Tidal Lagoon, the opportunity to be at the forefront of an emerging technology at its inception. This week's investment from partners in India and the interest expressed from the Far East gives the potential for any company or individual involved to have the world at their fingertips. The old Sainsbury's site, a blended development including quality student accommodation at its heart, aiming to attract overseas students. Those students not only are an excellent source of income for the universities and the locale, but could contribute towards our future workforce or be the next inward investor with detailed knowledge of its city, its capabilities and its people. The M4 Relief Road, a major construction project with the benefit of relieving congestion in the city. The South Wales Metro, another major construction project looking to make the region more open to a portable workforce. And finally, not in South Wales but on our doorstep, Hinkley Point, one of the largest construction projects in the UK, with a commitment to take a sizable percentage of both workforce and suppliers from a circumference that includes our region. The opportunities are almost endless. The Celtic Manor Convention Centre has the potential to bring 4,500 business visitors and 1,000 leisure visitors each day. What could we do with those? Do we purely want to become a service product supplier to the Celtic Manor? Or do we have loftier ambitions to maximise the opportunity of those visitors, both whilst they are here, but also to encourage them to return, or even more, bring their business here, invest in business here? The National Software Academy intends to graduate 100 software engineers a year within 3 years. What could we do to exploit all of that ability and knowledge being on our doorstep? Tiny Rebel Brewery is not only a manufacturer, but with the Urban Tap House brand have become a leisure destination. Beer tourism is on the increase, and Scotland has a whole industry based upon the whisky trail. With 100 craft brewers now in Wales, is that something we could replicate whilst building on the base of brewing the beer in Newport and supplying it all around the world? Airbus have already signed a memorandum of undertaking last year with the Welsh Government to build a cyber village in Newport. We already have expertise in the area, and it's said that we sit in the cyber security triangle within the UK, with Newport and Bath at its base and Cheltenham and Malvern at the top. With the University of South Wales' ambitions and stated intentions to build a cyber academy, not unlike the National Software Academy, could Newport become the centre of cyber and associated skills for the UK? And only last year, Proton Partners International committed to the first centre of its type specialising in proton beam treatment therapy at Celtic Springs in Newport. This world-class treatment hit the headlines this week when the Lancet reported it as, and I quote, an effective treatment with fewer side effects than traditional treatment. And it's here. The first in the UK is here in Newport. The future is very much in our hands.
As you have heard, a lot has happened in Newport recently. A lot is happening, and a lot more will be happening. Your commitment and enthusiasm and participation is just as critical and crucial to the city as actual financial investment. Thank you all very much for attending. Thank you for your time, and keep supporting Newport, a city on the rise. Thank you very much.